Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rody and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day guys and welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast. We're up to episode 124, which is a stellar achievement, Rody. We have a great guest coming on later today. It's Tom, the new operator behind the Port Hughes Fishing Charter, a charter that's been around on the Yorke Peninsula for many years, and Tom's taken over. We can't wait to have a chat with him later.
We certainly can't, Diz. Does 124 make you feel old?
I don't know, 124 sort of makes me feel like I'm settling in on my way to 200.
Do you, every now and then on the Instagram or the Facebook message or whatever, someone will pop up saying, boys, I've just come across you. First thing I think is, what, have you been living under a rock or what? But anyway, they say, look, mate, I've just, binge listened to all of the episodes. Anyone that's doing that now is in for a big couple of days of listening.
Yeah.
I remember when we were in the 50s and 60s, you're like, yeah, that's doable. Like, you might be driving to Queensland or something. Mate, you're driving to the moon and back these days.
Yeah. And look, even you're circumnavigating Australia even on 1.5 times speed.
Oh, it's got to be like...
Do you listen to podcasts on 1.5?
Mate, I struggle to take things in on podcasts on normal speed.
I've been listening to them on it depends who's speaking, but sometimes I'll go up to 1.5, sometimes I'll knock it down to 1.3 if they're fast speakers.
Do you really need to encourage people to get through our content any quicker, or?
No, well, I just think if you're going through the back catalogues, you're going to have to put it on 1.5.
Yeah. Do you know what the best thing is? That where you press the button to go back 15 seconds? When you missed a name or a detail and you just hit that button and you go back.
Yeah, okay, let's not get sidetracked here, Rody. We've got oranges and lemons to get through. Get us underway.
All right, Diz, couple of weekends ago, since we've last recorded, we took the two kids out, Diz.
Yes.
Ned and Lil, both nearly 3.
Yeah. Well, Ned's 3 in January.
Yeah, Lil's a month behind that. So, we took them out, and Diz, we'd call it a boating mission, wouldn't we? Did we wet a line? No. Oh, we did wet a line, but it didn't even have a lure attached. But that's not the orange, Diz. The orange was, what happened? You left me to go and deal with the car and do all that stuff, or you just sat around. Anyway, I was parking the car. What happened? Some nice gentleman came over and sort of gave me a hoy, what's going on? And I thought, oh, well, geez, what have I done? My trailer light's not working. He said, here you go, mate. You can have my ticket. I'm heading off. Oh, so free parking at West Beach.
Good karma for that guy.
Good karma for that bloke. If he's listening, what a good lad.
Yeah, great shout. Love that. All right, Rody. Well, my orange has been the fact that I've basically squared away a few plans for a few days off over Christmas. It's a busy period of time for us, so I don't have an extended break, but I'll probably take the public holidays at the very least, maybe string another day to get through to the weekend, but we'll see how we go. And we are going over to Yorks and we're definitely fishing. So I'm quite concerned that I'm going to be out of touch. It's been that long.
You're going to get permission to have a bit of time off parenting, or you taking Ned out with you, or what's the plan?
I've got the grandparents there, mate. They'll be jumping on.
All right, you reckon Davo's going to sit around and parent while you go fishing?
Nah, get
Uncle
Andrew on board or something.
Watch out.
We'll see how we go. All right, I'll roll that straight into my lemon, which is, of course, I'm not going to say of course, but the beer vending machine at the Adelaide Oval was a flop.
Oh, I did hear some other people give good feedback, but our experience was very average.
Yeah, it was a flop. The weekend was great.
Yeah.
Great to obviously get the win by the Aussies, but timed it well, got into a few days worth of cricket. We were happy with that. One day, Friday I think it was, that we tested out the beer vending machine, and it was a bit of an epic fail. First one half-filled.
First two half-filled.
Second one overfilled 3 times.
That's horrible.
But anyway.
If the cricket went a bit longer, we might have given it another whirl, but we just didn't quite get there.
Yeah, good call. Right, what's your lemon, mate?
Dizzy, this would be the first time we had whiting and squid for dinner, I think on Monday night. And I reckon this has not been sort of arrogant or anything, but might be the first time in 3 or 4 years we do not have a single fillet of whiting in the freezer.
Gosh, flat.
Oh, mate.
Lil's not happy?
Oh, and Lou eats 2 of the bloody things now.
Oh, come on, Lil.
We've been freezing 6, which is supposed to be 3 for me, 2 for Lucy, 1 for Lil. But now Lil guts us 2, and we have to share them. But no whiting in the freezer. So that is a sign we need to get out and go fishing, Diz.
It sure is. So does that mean, do you reckon next time we bag them up, you're going to be campaigning strongly for 6 fillets per?
No, I think we're up to 7 because I want 3, Lucy wants 2, and Lil wants 2.
Oh, I thought we usually did 5.
Yeah, we did, and now Lil has 1. Now Lil wants 2.
Gosh, Lil, settle down. Okay, nice one, Rody. Let's get into the merch. So we have, of course, we've been doing the monthly photo comps for quite some time now. That won't be an unfamiliar thing. We've got a November winner. Rody, talk us through it.
We do, Dizzy, and this gentleman has reached out to the podcast before with some photos and shared some of his fishing adventures, which we love to see, Diz, and he has a ripping Facebook name. His name is Trevor Dingbat Dean, and he caught 3 land-based flathead at Port Augusta on soft plastics, the squidgy wriggler bloodworm, and he caught them just after listening to us talk about flathead on the last episode.
Wow, how good is that?
Straight away reached out, flicked us through a photo. We'll be sure to share that one with all the listeners. And to Trevor Dingbat Dean, you're getting a merch pack out in your way thanks to Shimano.
I do enjoy the name, and I wouldn't mind getting a bit of a story about how the nickname Dingbat Dean came about. So maybe if he feels like sending us in a little voice memo, that'd be appreciated.
We need more voice memos. That's what we do need.
Good stuff.
And Diz, on the merch, we got a few caps left.
Yes, good call. It's cap season.
I think we got a couple of beanies. It's probably not really beanie time of year.
Nah, it's not. But you never know. You might have a friend on the other side of the globe that's suffering through a cold winter.
And I can sort you out. I think an extra large or a double XL or a triple XL t-shirt. None of your small friends are going to get much love.
Oh well.
But Christmas is coming up, Diz.
Yeah.
And the other thing you might need at Christmas,
Stocking
if
filler.
you don't need a cap or a t-shirt, you probably need something to keep your boat clean.
Of course you do, mate.
And I've been starring in some Facebook reels. No, what other Instagram reels?
You've been starring in them. Starring. Self-proclaimed star.
Well, we got the camera out and you sort of went all timid and hid in the corner, so someone had to star.
Oh, whatever, mate. I did one.
Anyway, so the engine flush we used the other day, Diz, and put a little Instagram reel up, and that features our own code, Diz, all the gear 15. If you use that on the Salty Captain website, you'll get yourself 15% off.
Love that, Rody. Brilliant stuff, mate. Let's get into the news.
Rody and Diz have been searching far and wide to bring you the latest news across all fishing in the state, and we'll give you the rundown on what you need to know.
Rody, this first story has been doing the rounds on social media. That is for absolutely sure. And it is the SARDI aquaculture fish die-off. I'm going to let you talk us through it, but this is a bit damning, isn't it?
Certainly is, Diz. There's been a big die-off at the SARDI facility at West Beach. Apparently began in early October. It's probably broken in the news over the last week. Primary Industries Minister Claire Scriven has said the cause of the death was still being determined. There's been testing which has so far ruled out any diseases or infection. It is at the moment not clear what has caused that. And an investigation is underway, Diz, but there is a lot of talk about what could or could not have caused it, Diz. And I think the dredging that's ongoing around there is what a lot of people are speculating that has led to this mass die-off, Diz. And I suppose it's impacting a few different industries. So the oyster growers are not happy. So that has set back their breeding lines by about 12 months. So a large amount of oyster spat has died. And it says here about 70% of SA's oyster breeding lines has been lost. That's pretty significant, I would have thought, Diz.
Yes, it is, Rody.
And
I think there was some discussion that they were going to turn to some Tasmanian spat.
That was mentioned in this ABC article that was a potential, and that's they're investigating breeding lines and developing breeding lines to hopefully be resistant to that Pacific Oyster Mortality Syndrome, POMS, which is that disease that's decimated the industry. So they're trying to breed some resistant lines of oysters to prevent that. And the SA oyster industry is worth $58 million per year to the state. So if they packed up shop and went to Tassie, that'd be a big blow.
Yes.
The other thing it's a massive blow to is the snapper industry.
Yeah.
So it's very disappointing. So Barry Brown from RecFish was quoted saying how disappointing that was and how so many fingerlings have been lost and how much of a blow that is to the state, which is currently in the midst of a seemingly never-ending snapper ban.
It's going to require some investment, I think, Rhodey, to get that back up and running.
Certainly will, Diz, and you'd want to figure out pretty quickly what caused it because we don't want this happening again.
Yes, that's right. And I'll just circle back to that POMS discussion. That should not be confused with the nasty virus that, of course, was Vibrio that was running through a few oysters there for a little while. That one is far less common.
If they did want to investigate that Vibrio, all they would have to do is do like maybe a blood test on me or something because you were like cuddling a toilet bowl for like a week. And I ate just as many oysters and I was good as gold. I've never felt better.
Oh, dear. Let's move on from that, Rhodey. Let's talk about the new RecFish board members.
Yes, dear. So the AGM was held, I think, late last month, and we did talk about the report that was tabled at that meeting, but there's also they've announced 4 returning members and 5 new board members. So elected unopposed organisational positions, Andrew Harris, Alan Hall, Shane Hodgins from our last episode there, Diz, and Tyson Horsler. Voted in by the members were Gavin Matthews, who we've had on the podcasts, that would have been probably February this year, from KI, and Lauren Doomer, who we're hoping to get on for a chat as well. And appointed by the board were Kristen Goodchild, Matt Moat, and Tim Doyle, all of who have been on the podcast.
Geez, brilliant. Some wonderful names in there. Very glad to have them at the helm, so to speak, of RecFish, so we love that, Rhodey. Let's move on to our next item, which is a bit of an update for those who are interested in some southeast news. It's the Cape Jaffa Marina. Disappointing to see these photos, Rhodey.
There are some photos, Diz, and a friend of ours, Goody at the cricket, was showing us, he lives down at Kingston, he was showing us some of his own photos, I think, as well. So, obviously the Cape Jaffa Marina's been closed for, what would that be, a couple of months now?
Yeah.
From memory?
4 to 6 weeks.
So the Kingston District Council has sort of updated here saying approximately 1,500 cubic metres of sand are being moved per day and relocated onto the eastern side of the marina, with a channel currently being dredged between the 2 groins to allow the marina to reopen. Says council will provide further update next week. We did hear that the theory was this wasn't anything official, that they were trying to get it up and running by Christmas. Whether that happens or not, who knows? Apparently, what did Goody reckon? That the council had their own dredging operation going that was working okay.
Yeah.
And then that got taken over or somehow became privatised and wasn't being dredged enough sand, and that's where it sort of got away from them. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, sounds about right, Rhodey. And I think there's a few disgruntled locals for sure. They've needed to go down a road where you need to pay to launch. Not happy about that. It's an extra half an hour in the car for anyone living around that locale. And I think you'd be pretty disappointed if you'd seen that or you'd invested in a house nearby, whatever it is around Cape Jaffa, and then you can't even use the marina. So let's hope they get that back up and running, and let's hope they put a bit more of a permanent plan in place. There is, of course, the beach launching facility, Rhodey. I think that the council has stood up that they did have at one point, maybe after the Kingston.
Yeah, is that the? I think
it's like the rollout one that they put on the beach.
Yeah, but I think you need to do like a genuine beach launch. But I think they also do have that rubber matting that they use as well.
Yeah, but not ideal, obviously, for probably. I mean, I don't know. We've never used it, but maybe not ideal for substantial sized boats or when the weather's not quite playing the game. So we need a more permanent solution. We'll keep following that one as we need to. Rhodey, what else have we got in the news?
This is another sad story we've got here. So a fisherman was found dead after a boating trip over on the Eyre Peninsula at Elliston. A 77-year-old man was last seen launching from Anxious Bay. He was believed to have been checking cray pots when he failed to return. Locals alerted police and he was found dead, I think. Actually, I think he was found dead either in or very near to the marina, to the boat ramp there. So I'm not totally sure what's happened there, but that was certainly the reports that came about initially.
Okay, nice.
So,
Thanks for keeping across the latest there, and of course our condolences.
And we had a recent near miss down at Robe Way as well. So coming into summer, it's probably a bit of a timely reminder.
Yeah. Good call, Rody. Good call. All right, Rody. Well, what else have we got? We've got this is a story broken in Victoria. You've been following the carp virus stories. Basically, wherever they pop up, you're somewhere nearby.
I've been ahead of my time. I knew the Victorian fisheries were going to do something about this. So now they're getting serious, like we spoke about. I think that was last episode, about this carp herpes virus. And they've now shared this article that was, I think, on the front page of the Colac Herald, obviously the local paper down in Colac. And they're talking about a carp plague which has damaged boats and ruined the reputation of the Colac Regatta. So it says here that the damage has been estimated between $1,000 to $6,000 per boat to a number of boats that have been damaged during the A-class yachting event they had recently, when about 50 carp were hit by these yachts. And they've damaged the centerboard and the rudders of yachts, with one yacht sinking and having to be pulled from the water.
Wow.
So they're saying these carp, weighing 20 to 30 kilos are like hitting a log, and it's breaking their boats and it's ruined their regatta.
That's horrible news.
So it's pretty full on, Diz. I didn't know that was really that big a deal, yachts hitting carp, but apparently it is down in Colac. And why do I talk about this, Diz? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I am asking myself that. I asked myself that quite a few times.
So the locals down at Colac, the Colac Herald, is reporting that there's a push to make the Lake Colac the site of where they are going to release this carp herpes, because that was probably the question on my lips. Where were they going to put this carp? But apparently the Colac Yacht Club are asking authorities to release the carp virus into Lake Colac. So sort of kill two birds with one stone, fix up their yachting events. And then the Commonwealth Department of Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry can hopefully if you're the Fisheries Victoria, allow them to release this carp herpes.
Do a bit of a test.
And do a test run to see exactly what percentage of carp die.
Nice. Well done. All right, Rody, very good. Thanks for keeping us across the carp latest. What else have we got? We've got the there's more kingfish news, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, Diz. That's sort of just the story that we broke a couple of weeks ago about how the kingfish review's been pushed through to the next stage. Mm-hmm. And I think that's been shared by RecFish and sort of confirmed by them that they feel like they've had a successful result by pushing that. And obviously we talked about that last episode, I think, didn't we, that the tagging data from the New South Wales fisheries has been largely responsible for figuring out some sort of inequalities in the numbers, and that's going through to the next stage of review, which must be coming up fairly shortly, I think.
Yeah, you'd think so. Very good. All right, Rody, just before we wrap up this juicy news segment, I just want to keep the listeners across the latest story coming out of the ABC. Sharks raised better protected in South Australia as fishing rules change. So there will be new laws which will prohibit the fishing of some species while giving bag and size limits to others. And there will also be penalties that are in place for mutilation or inhumane treatment of species. This comes off the back of some photos doing the social media rounds of people taking some fillets off an eagle ray, cutting the barb off the back and leaving it on the beach, amongst other things about, rays being left on metropolitan beaches, just being left for dead. So there is some laws that are going to be coming into effect very soon. In fact, December 16, so it's not far off at all. And a reminder to all those who are thinking of doing the wrong thing, the laws will be in place very shortly.
They will, Diz, and obviously that, mutilating or stabbing a stingray and leaving it to drown or any of that's obviously, should be punished quite significantly, you would think, and that should have been common sense anyway. I didn't really know we needed to put a law in for that, but Apparently we do, but there's also a list of prohibited species that are completely protected. So including certain grey skates, grey nurse sharks, basking sharks, oceanic white-tip sharks, green sawfish. A lot of these sharks are not particularly common. They're completely prohibited. Talks about a bag limit for one for the thresher shark, the short-fin mako shark, hammerhead shark, and a number of others. Dusky whaler shark, bronze whaler shark. So they were the ones that RecFish, I think, had to push to say, look, people actually target these mako sharks or these bronze whalers. They're actually really good eating. And as RecFishers, we're not taking enough to put a dent in them. But they should be allowed under a bag limit of one. And then obviously there's still a full protection of white sharks and all those other rules around maximum hook sizes and you know, you can't fish metropolitan during daytime and things like that. So a bit of a tweak in the rules, Diz, and a lot of it seems like common sense to me.
Yep, like it, Rody. Nice little summary. Well played. Okay, Rody, that wraps up the news segment, mate. Let's get into tackle item of the week.
Now it's time for Rody and Diz to really show you what it means to have all the gear with a lot of idea as they review a tackle item of the week.
Righto, Rody, this tackle item of the week will be coming to you from something you may not have pulled out of your tackle bag for a while or out of the side of your boat, but they can certainly come in handy. And I am talking about the humble paravane. Do you know what a paravane is?
Yeah, mate, snook fishing back in the day.
Good call. That would be why we would most commonly keep a paravane, certainly in our boat. I know people use paravanes for different things. Sometimes people also call them planers or trolling boards and subtle different variations of the like. The aim of them is to get your lure or your bait down deeply whilst trolling.
So it's an angled bit of plastic, I suppose, isn't it? That dives down and pulls your lure or whatever to a deeper depth. That's basically the theory, isn't it?
It does. And some of them also have the ability to adjust where you attach the swivel so that it swims a particular direction away from the boat. So you might have a paravane out either side and one in the middle.
And you could adjust the depth too, couldn't you, on some of them?
And yes, you can also adjust the depth because that just basically angles the front down to swim. So
it's like the bib of a lure, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
That it sort of makes the paravane or the plastic looks like a paper plane almost.
Yeah, that's right. And I guess the idea of them is that when the fish is hooked, it sort of dismantles that rhythm and creates a bit more chaos of that particular lure and line in the water, and it actually planes the fish to the top.
And you'd see the paravane pop up.
You see the paravane at the top. Sometimes it might be seaweed caught on it or other bits and pieces, but when it's working perfectly, when the paravane pops to the top, you've got yourself a snook on the end.
Do you think this is sort of just spitballing ideas? If you used a bigger paravane to those old ones we used to use for snook, could you use it to like downrig like a live squid for a kingy?
Well, I suspect you probably could, Rody, and I have seen online whilst I was looking for this to try and find the exact model of one that I think we would find somewhere in our tackle box, but I've seen other things like depth charges, and they look like a combination of like a downrigger bomb combined with a paravane. Yeah, okay. So, yes, I think in answer to your question, they exist.
Very good. Now, Diz, probably the biggest question I have, and probably all our listeners do, why did you come across this? Like, what were you doing? Or were you planning to get back into snook fishing again? Or
Oh, look, I just pride myself on coming up with some peculiar tackle items of the week, and I was just doing a bit of digging on one of my local tackle shop pages and came across a paravane.
What about you and Ned and Davo? Get out in the bay at Black Point, get some snook and do us a little bit of a catch and cook segment.
Maybe we could.
Your old man used to smoke him or something, did he? No?
Nah, I don't know. I'm not sure about snook. Some people rate them.
Yeah, I know Jack's grandpa rates
Jack's
them.
grandpa rates them, yeah.
More than Whitey, I think he does.
Sometimes when I've eaten snook and it's fresh, like caught that day, not too bad. I think if you keep it, it can go real mushy and gross.
When we used to catch snook, it was for snapper bait predominantly,
Yes.
wasn't it? We used to go out when we were kids just to like
Good oily fish.
catch 5 or 6 snook, chuck them up, cut them up into chunks, and they became our snapper baits.
Good call. All right, what do you think of the tackle item?
It probably went better than I was expecting. I came in with low
Good stuff.
expectations.
Good stuff. All right, let's move right on to our guest of the week. Of course, we're talking about Tom.
Now it's time to get our guest on the line. We'll ask them the all-important 5 questions, then chat all things fishing in SA.
All right, Dizzy, we are very happy to be joined here today by Tom from the Port Hughes Fishing Charters. Diz, Tom, how are you, mate?
Good, yourself?
Yes, mate, we are very good. Thank you very much for joining the show. We just had a brief chat with you offline, I suppose it'd be best to say, and we are holding you up from getting out and dabbing, mate, so we don't want to keep this conversation going too long, but we always do like to start with the 5 questions, Tom. So if you can start with, tell us about your best fish.
Best fish? Have to be, my brother bought us some charter seats over in Bermagui, New South Wales, chasing marlin. For me, him and our dad. Yeah, so probably striped marlin would be number 1. That was an unreal experience over there.
Yeah, epic. How big did it go?
Mine might have been the smallest one.
You could have left that bit out.
It's still one good 120 pounds.
Wow. Yeah, epic.
No, it was awesome.
No, very good. We will touch on some of your best fish in the charter game at Port Hughes, but that's a great one for travelling wide and far. Now tell us, Tom, what is your favourite thing about fishing?
I want to say the peace, but in reality, it's not that peaceful. It's pretty hectic, but I think it's just, it gets your mind off everything. Like anything could be going on in the world, and drop that line down. All you're thinking about is what you're going to catch. Like it's elusive. You never know what's going to come up.
Yeah, that's for sure. And you're right. I mean, fishing can be peaceful. It usually is with, especially when you're fishing with roadie, because you catch sweet F all. I can imagine it's pretty hectic on your charter, but we'll leave that one alone, mate. What's your first fishing memory, or what got you into it, mate?
We've been going to Wallaroo ever since we were kids. Up with Dad, and would go out to Bird Island and get our garfish every year. So even if I didn't want to go, I was on the boat.
Yeah. Epic. So was that family connection that got you into it?
Yeah, my old man got me into it. He loves his fishing. Unfortunately, he doesn't get to do it all the time, but when he does, it's special.
Beautiful. Now, Tom, what is your favourite sort of fishing and why? Is it taking a group of lads out on a charter, or getting out on your own dabbing, or something in between?
Anytime I'm on the boat, I'm happy. I love seeing younger ones get into the fishing and be able to put them on some fish and see their eyes open up and the smiles, and it kind of gives you a bit of what's the word I'm thinking of, like it makes you feel how they feel like when you felt. How do I put it? It's a hard one because you lose your excitement a bit over the years, but then when you see the young ones get on it, you relive your excitement through them. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, you can sort of just see that buzz start with them, can't you, when you get them onto it? We're starting to see that.
Broke for...
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you just sort of start telling them, look, put some money aside now, guys, when that first boat comes around or that first tackle shop visit comes around.
Yep.
You're going to have to empty the piggy bank.
Yeah, well, you know what boat stands for, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. Bring out another.
That's it.
Very good.
Sad but true.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, mate, tell us a funny fishing story or one that got away.
I've been trying to think of this all day because a lot of my old fishing stories on the river and that also involve a couple cans. And so I'd narrow it down. We didn't plan on going camping down Morgan or anything like that, and we ended up scratching together a few pieces that we had in our utes to make some rigs, and we had a couple rods. So we had a little tiny size 6 garfish hook with one shrimp on it, and we landed our PB Murray cod going 95 centimetres. But it was in the middle of winter, and we had some port and to warm us up, and I've jumped in the water about chest deep to tackle this thing in, basically. And it was freezing after that, but we were all cheering. We let him go, swam off peacefully. But we've tried probably all up thousands of hours for chasing that one dream fish, and we got it when we weren't planning on getting it.
It's always the way, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the way. When you don't have the net, you need the net, and so on and so on.
It's like ice. When you go out tuna fishing and you take like 6 bags of ice, you think we're doing all the right things, you never catch any, and when you get to the boat ramp and you forgot your ice, you're guaranteed to hook a few.
Oh, that's it every time.
Now, so basically, once you got in from grappling that fish and it was freezing cold, somebody just passed you the port bottle, or what? Sort of how'd you manage to warm yourself up?
Bottle was a bit fancy for us back then.
Fair call.
Definitely got the cask though.
Cask. Oh, I love that. All right, Tom, brilliant, mate. Well, thanks for whipping through those 5 questions with us, mate. Let's talk a bit about your charter business. So, as we said at the top of the section here, Port Hughes Fishing Charters. You took over the business a little while ago, Tom. Tell us about how it's going and how you're loving it so far.
Oh, it is definitely going a lot better than we expected, and it's changed our lives. We're from the shearing industry, so everything's always flat stick, and that bit hasn't changed, of course, but we find ourselves loving life a lot more, and everyone keeps supporting us. Locals support us. Everyone that comes on loves it.
Tell us a bit about how you made the switch from shearing to fishing. Were you just sort of an amateur guy who loved his fishing and decided to take the next step? And how did all that come about?
Oh, just about every dollar I spent every dollar I made, I spent on fishing gear. It was getting ridiculous. And I did me back in shearing and had a few months off, and I met this fella. He got me into the commercial fishing industry. Ash Rayner, he got me into the prawn boats and that. And from there I went on to the crab boats. And then kind of after 8 years of shearing, I got sick of saying yes sir, no sir. I really wanted to get my own boat and go my own way, and this one came up for sale, so we grabbed it. Well, there's a lot more involved than that, but we got it.
Yeah. And had you been living on the York Peninsula before that, or you new to the area, or?
Originally from Jamestown, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Not too far away, but we've spent every holidays, Christmas holidays and that up here.
Nice.
Out of Wallaroo fishing.
So it's not all new to you. You got a bit of familiarity with the area.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not new to me, but on the water, everything's new every day. So
yeah, that's it. You never quite know what you're going to expect rocking up to work on a job like that, do you?
No, that's it.
Very good. And the customer's been good. You've had good bookings. It's all going well.
Oh, everything's going well besides weather.
That's the one thing you can't control.
Yeah, we're just about fully booked, this whole school holidays. So there's a few spots left, but if they don't fill up, I'll probably need them to have a day off. But everyone supporting us. Yeah, it's going really well.
Epic, mate. That's good. Now, we've had a bit of a look around on your website. We love the The little guide you've got on there for the fish species calendar is really helpful, because I can imagine that you would get inundated with questions about, I want to come out of charter. What can I catch? What am I going to catch at this time of year? And that sort of thing. So your website is flash, mate. We love that. I'm sure it's driving a bit of business your way and keeping you flat out. But we are keen to hear about what sort of charters you operate. Do you do half days, full days, mixture? How do you sort of run the business?
Yeah, well, the website's a work in progress still, but thanks for the positive feedback. So at the moment, we've got a snapper ban in SA, unfortunately, so we can't go targeting them until 2026, unless they release it earlier, but that's been in place for 5 years now. But we do custom charters to suit anyone. Like, we do full days. We're working on advertising for half days, but if someone rings up and asks if we do them, we won't turn them down. We'll make it work for them. Yeah, we're surveyed up to 8 people and try and run with a minimum of 3 to 4. But we also organise mixed charter stuff. It's just a single bloke or a single chick on our own that wants to get on. They're more than welcome to, and we just make some phone calls and get it all happening, and yeah, so no one misses out.
Beautiful. And so a pretty typical day at the moment, obviously with the snapper ban in, you're mostly targeting whiting. Is that what most people want to go for, and is that what you spend most of your time doing? Yeah,
mostly whiting. You get the odd group that really want to go chase shark and bigger game like that, which I'm more than happy to accommodate for. Makes for an exciting trip.
Yeah. And the other part of your website that we love is the leaderboard. So you got your current champion, 2 centimetres and 12 kilos, Bill, caught a big snapper, and for the whiting, Wayne from Goolwa at 55 centimetres. That's a great little feature of your website, that one.
Yeah, I don't know who came up with that one, but they definitely did a good job. I haven't managed to break any records yet, but we've parred with the 55 centimetres. So,
okay, that's good.
We couldn't stretch him to 56, sadly.
Is there a bit of banter between you and the previous owner about whether or not you can get bigger fish than he can?
Oh yeah, for sure. Everything to do with it, like netting fish. I got a video of one of the previous owners messing up netting it, and I sent it to him to have a little bit of a laugh. Well, next week I did the exact same bloody thing.
Karma.
You couldn't believe the conversation we had after that.
Very good. Now,
sorry,
we were just going to ask you about the boat. Tell us about the boat that you work off.
Yeah. So it's 7.4 metre Nereus, 24 foot. They're an absolutely beautiful commercial boat, perfect for the area. We've got it powered with twin 130 horsepower Yamahas. We've got a toilet on board and accommodate for whatever we need to. I've had blokes out with wheelchairs and all that type of stuff, and we find where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, epic, mate. We love that.
It's definitely powered well and handles well. Everyone rates it like it's comfortable.
No, they're good boats, and the pictures we're looking at here, it looks like a really good operation you're running there, Tom. Now the other question we do like to ask charter operators, I know you haven't been doing it for a really long time, but have you seen anything crazy out in the water, or what's sort of the weirdest catch you've had?
Oh, I don't know what your type of audience is, but we did see a pointer breach with a little dolphin calf.
Oh wow!
That was that was absolutely insane.
How far out was that?
About 100 metres off the boat.
Oh wow! And in like a long way from shore, or?
We were about 23, 24 k's out, so yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's full David Attenborough. Did you needed the camera?
Oh, yeah. Besides that, we've seen some whales earlier in the year.
Okay.
I tried to video them, but I just stood there the whole time on the phone with the camera up, but not actually recording. I was too busy watching it, sadly.
No, very good. I'm sure there'll be some more cool sightings over the summer months to come.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we're not planning on giving it up anytime soon.
No.
Yeah.
Do you see plenty of sharks?
At the moment, we're starting to see them come in a lot more.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a great white for a while, but every day is different. You never know. Tomorrow we could see two.
Yeah. Now, one more question that we want to ask, and is obviously very topical here in South Australia. With the snapper ban on, I know a lot of the recreational fishers are saying all their whiting spots, they're pulling up more snapper than they ever had before. They're, plague proportions. We've caught quite a few accidentally on whiting lines over on York Peninsula. Are you finding that there are a lot of snapper about?
Yeah, definitely. We call them the new shitty of the Gulf.
Yeah.
They are in plague proportions. Whiting drops at 30 years old on GPS. They've never had any snapper on them. They're just overrun.
Wow.
It's making it tough. It's affecting all the whiting and all that. Like, they've all moved out of the bay way earlier than they normally do, and they haven't. The summer whiting haven't come in yet, but so we're finding ourselves doing a lot of Ks. But we get them onto them, don't worry.
Very good. Now, you mentioned there some marks on the GPS 30 years old. Do you inherit all that from the previous owners? Is that sort of part of the deal, or? Yeah,
it was part of the package. They didn't let it go cheap, but got about 4,500 drops. They're all proven.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's unreal. You stop at any one of them, you go and catch fish. You just don't know what.
Yeah. Oh, that's epic, mate. Well, it's been brilliant to have a chat with you. You sound like you're having a lot of fun, keeping yourself very busy, and no doubt getting all of your customers onto heaps of fish, mate. We really do hope that ban is lifted ASAP and you can get out. I'm sure that'll reopen a bit of a market for you, and you can start taking care of all those shitties that are in the Gulf, so to speak.
The big ones aren't.
That's right. Most importantly, I hope you get a good feed of garfish out there, mate. And it's been great to have a chat with you, and we hope to see you on the water at some stage.
Yeah. Sing out whenever you want to come out. It's been great chatting. We'll be sure to look after you.
Dizzy, that was good to hear from Tom from Port Hughes Fishing Charters. Taken over the business recently, and it sounds like he's had a great start to his career as a charter operator.
Good call, Rody, and I think that's one that we should definitely get ourselves down and spend a day on the water with Tom. He sounds like he'd have a bit of fun, and he'd get you onto the fish, I'm sure.
Only a couple of hours from town too, so that helps their cause.
Very good. Love it. All right, Rody, let's get into the fishing report.
Rody and Diz have been out on the water to bring you the news about where they're biting. Now it's time for the fishing report.
Tell us, Rody, is there any mullies in the onk?
You talking about my little mission the other night, my secret mission that I wasn't quite divulging on the podcast yet?
Oh, I've outed you.
Nah, I'm going to catch a mully in the onk, but I just haven't done it yet.
Well done.
So my first venture down there was just exploring the live bait options and we're not really Onkaparinga Mulloway experts.
No.
I'd like to be. But I think if I'm and this all stems from, look, kids, it's harder to get over Yorks and catch whiting, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
So I'm looking for a bit more of a local option where I can still sort of scratch that itch a bit, Diz.
Yeah.
And I reckon Mulloway fishing after the raccoons are asleep is our go. But what do we need? We need a surefire way of getting liveys.
Yes.
So that was basically what I was exploring, and I didn't get any liveys.
Okay. Well, that's disappointing, but you're on your journey.
I'm starting. I've got a bit more gear to collect.
Yeah.
What would you use for mullet? Would you use a burley spring, a burley sinker, or a burley float?
I don't know. I'd probably dabble in both.
Yeah, so I tried a sinker and I didn't have much success. I had a good slick going and I had heaps of little tiny 5 centimetre ones floating
so if
about.
you threw a net out, you could have been right with 5 centimetres, which of course you wouldn't do that, but
No, there is a size limit of 21 centimetres, I believe.
Plenty of small ones around is what you're saying.
But anyway, that was down at the sort of, that footbridge to I think it's the Southport Surf Life Saving Club, the mouth of the Onk there.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, basically the moral of the story is I gave it about 45 minutes, no liveys, so therefore no mull away.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But I didn't even take a rod for that, so I was just exploring at this stage. Did a little bit of driving around, bit of looking. I'm just figuring it all out.
Good stuff. Okay, well, I tell you where there are some mull away we're hearing reports of is the far west coast.
Yeah, if you had all the time in the world and wanted to get one, that'd be where you'd head, I reckon.
Yeah. You certainly would.
Salt Creek, I reckon I've seen some on Salt Creek too.
Yeah. Good call. So if you do have a bit of time on your hands and that's on your bucket list or you want to get down and do some beach fishing, then this is the time of year to try and do it. We're hearing good reports of some fish, Rhodey.
We are, Diz. It's coming into summer and I've heard some yellowfin whiting are getting about.
Yes.
On those northern beaches.
Northern beaches, people getting them on poppers.
Probably over Yorks too, you'd imagine.
Bait, yeah. Having a lot of fun doing it, walking the flats. So, again, if that's your jam, get out there and get amongst them. So, good stuff. Rhodey, blue swimmer crabs, again, it's the time of year for them.
Another summer favourite in the SA waters.
Summer favourite. So, yeah, that's another one if you want to get out and drop net or you want to go down to some of those beaches where you can rake for them and get yourself a nice feed of blueies, as they say. It's the right time to do it.
Has your dad got into any blueies yet?
No, not yet. I don't think so. He normally does he'll normally sort of bide his time. If they're crawling around the shallows, then he'll get out and get amongst them. So we'll just wait and see. We might at Christmas get a bit of a feed. See how we go.
Very good. Now, Diz, tuna can't be far away. What are you hearing?
They can't be far away. I am hearing from people who have maybe been out there seeing a lot of bait.
A lot of bait and water temperatures maybe still a bit cool off Victor and local waters. Is that what we thought?
Yeah, maybe. But when we did speak to Shane, he was sort of hearing some reports and thinking that they can't be too far away from Victor.
I reckon I've heard more reports of them over on the Eyre Peninsula.
Yeah.
So you'd think they're not too far away. I'm sure they're certainly going to be around or close to around by that Christmas New Year's period. And I'm sure if they are in those Victor, Cape Jaffa, KI sort of waters by then, I am sure there'll be enough boats going out that they'll find them.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
And Diz, Kings at Port Lincoln. We heard that last time with Shane, and I think that's still going.
Yeah, Kings at Port Lincoln, and they also do get them around the jetty this time of year too.
Yeah.
Just lovely. Like, great bit of fun for those who like walking the planks.
Yeah, we love that sort of stuff. The land-based kingfish Diz.
Beautiful, Rhodey. All right, well, let's wrap this one up, mate. It's been a juicy episode. Great to have a chat with Tom. Lots in the news segment. And, of course, you can find us on anywhere that you'd get a podcast. We're there.
All right, guys, thanks for listening and good luck fishing if you're heading out soon.
See you guys.
Rhodey and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.